I've been gone. You got to remember, I've been gone for a week.
I learned this from watching the Young Turks recently. Apparently,
of course, you got to watch the Young Turks.
The Don Jr.
Did Cenk yell about it?
A little bit.
He yelled.
It was mostly the blonde lady.
There's a blonde lady now.
She was the one doing the thing.
I didn't know there was a blonde. Like, God, I need to catch up on my Young Turks.
Yeah,
said everybody.
Yeah, the host. It's weird that he's on a show called The Young Turks because he looks incredibly old.
They do look old. That was a name they picked about 20, 25 years ago. It didn't
age well.
It's also the name of the group of people who went around slaughtering Armenians during the Armenian Genocide of 1917. So that's a really cool fucking name for your group.
Hey guys, tune into our show, The New Nazis. We're cool.
Oh, they also, by the way, deny that the Armenian Genocide was a genocide. Ironically.
Oh, so they're racist.
Yeah, they're really big pieces of shit over there.
At any rate, they were doing a story. There's just incident after incident of Don Jr. on social media bragging about the size of his dad's dick. And I feel like if you're someone who's that caught up in how big your dad's dick is, yeah.
Wait a minute. So people are saying that it's Anna Kasparian that she dyed her hair blonde. Really? The yelly, shouty lady who used to be...
I don't know. All I remember is a blonde lady wearing a dress that made it look like she was topless. And I was like, really? You're doing a show where the shot is only like from chest up?
Every day.
Oh, wow. You're right. Okay. They did do the...
So the one I watched was about just literally about the Trump's Don Jr.'s obsession with his father's penis.
Students win fight to get anti-LGBT school board members removed. Oh, I bet you they yell in this one.
Around the country, right-wing reactionaries are unfortunately infiltrating school boards.
She sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't she?
I mean, like, I would, but I just don't want to hear her talk.
Actually, back in like 05, 06, Anna Kasparian could get it. Anna Kasparian
she still could. She's just kind of annoying.
I know how angry she is and like how yelly and shouty and dumb she gets. So it kind of, you know how that sometimes fucks up a person's physical appearance?
Like I said, she looks like she could still get it, but then she opens her mouth.
Stop so-called threats by the gay agenda and critical race theory.
The one that's killed kids already.
You know what I love about like shows like this? Is that if it doesn't go along with what they want or what they like, then it's so-called or it's rumored or they deny it and it's not even happening. You know, kind of like what they do with the Armenian Genocide. But when it's their side, it's always, it's under attack, it's a war against, it's this, it's that. Like, I couldn't imagine doing a show like that where my personal feelings forced me to deny reality. Like, to me, it's always whatever's happening in the world that dictates where I'm going. Like, if the Republicans do this, then they're doing that thing. If the Democrats do this, then they're doing that thing. My opinion on the thing should not influence
Vary based on the group.
It shouldn't influence whether or not I think that thing exists or is happening. Like, for them, they don't like these right-wing people running for school board spots. They don't like that there's a lot of gender shit being kept from the parents, blah, blah, blah. So they discredit it and go, they're rumored warnings. They're claim that this is happening. They're fake this. They're fake that. Like, they just diminish their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't do that. I don't go like, oh yeah, the vegans, for example. Oh yeah, those vegans pouring milk out. They think that cow milk should just be for babies, or they believe that grocery stores are using cow milk just for people to drink. It's like, no, that's still happening.
That's literally what it's for.
Yeah, even though I think they're stupid. I mean, their gripes are still valid. I just don't give a shit about them.
But I mean, again, this is shows like the Young Turks. You do not, like, you could be blind and still see the bias.
Right.
So
we've been covering endlessly for over a year now. Now, these people are crazy, but it turns out you can fight back.
I love
these people are crazy.
On a news show.
All right. Before let me have you say that line again. Just look into this mirror when you do. Okay? Just do that for me, will you, sweetie?
That face just called somebody crazy.
These people are crazy.
Aren't they?
These people are crazy, and they're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
That's what I love about the Young Turks. Like, Alex Jones knows who he is.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Matthew McConaughey.
And he leans in.
Goddamn drug addict.
Right. Like, Alex Jones knows who he is. These people think they're above Alex Jones. They're not beneath Alex Jones. Don't get me wrong. They are Alex Jones.
You're left-wing Alex Jones.
Right.
With tits.
But they hold
And I'll admit I'd like to fuck you more than him. That's about all you got going for you.
That's where he and I part company, Alex, quite frankly. Call our show, Alex.
I don't want to miss a chance to come in a legend.
I had an idea the other day. I don't think it's going to work, but I wanted to book Hassan Piker on the show, and then I wanted to contact Sam Hyde and tell him tell him Hassan's going to be on the show, and then see if he'll drop in.
That's a brilliant idea.
I want to, but I don't think Hassan Piker would come on our show. He seems like the kind of guy who would watch the shows that invite him on,
and then
go,
yeah,
this guy's a fucking piece of shit. All right.
Really? Has he seen anything he makes?
Yeah. I mean,
don't call me great or anything, but dude, seriously?
I'm about to make fun of his uncle, too, so there's that.
You just have to be engaged. And it turns out that a group of students in Florida specifically set a great example of how you can fight back and actually get rid of some of these bigots within these school boards. Okay.
Yeah, but how do we get rid of the pedophiles within the school boards that are trying to teach my kindergarten kids in Wisconsin
about
fucking genders?
Yeah. Hey, I just love the language. Like, they're so ham-handed and they're hacky biased. They're like, yeah, and they're all bigots and they're all crazy and this is how you can beat them and I love how they're like, here's our advice on how to eliminate people you disagree with. It's like, oh, okay.
See, what I really, really wish for, if I could just have one like magic genie wish, is just to be magically sitting there next to her and allowed to have a mic that's live, so that way when she says that shit, I can be yes, because you all know how little danger these people that are going into the schools convincing kids to change their genders and then they kill themselves, how little danger that is causing. And shame on these bigots for wanting their children to live.
Right, those stupid, crazy bigots. I can't wait for the Young Turks to have that moment, and I hope it happens on air, where they just look at each other and have that, are we the baddies?
Okay. Now, how did the students pull this off? Well, the teens launched.
Our channel is named after people who committed a genocide, Hans. Are we the baddies?
Oh my God, that really will work for them.
I know.
Holy shit.
We sit here, call people bigots and Nazis and shit like that. The group
You
we
guys
named after our
actually
show
are.
ever. You named your show after genocidal maniacs.
Wait a minute. So we're saying all of these people are crazy and bigots and they're unhinged. And we've been just buying one political side and we named our show after a genocidal murder group.
It's funny that the Young Turks doesn't have any sense of irony. It's why I love them so much, is because they do this and they do it with the utmost confidence and no sense of irony. Meanwhile, their name is The Young Turks, fascists who slaughtered an ethnic population, and they call other people Nazis. It's the funniest thing to watch for me.
It's just sad they never have a guest on, because I'd really love someone to just innocently point that out, not aggressively attacking them. Just blah, 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 and these guys are fascists and they're Nazis. But I don't know if I'd throw that word around too much if I were you. I mean, this show is called The Young Turks. I mean, you guys realize you are genocidal assholes.
Don't even say it, and then they go, well, these people are genocidal Nazis. You look at them and then you look back at their sign, you just go, and they're like, what are you pointing at, Aaron? I'm just pointing.
The name of your show.
You like our logo? No.
No, I'm just showing you irony. But it's sitting right here.
Can you read that for me? What did you say Donald Trump was? A genocidal Nazi. He needs to be stopped. What's this show called? It's called The Young Turks. Okay. What's your point? Didn't they do the Armenian genocide? There was no Armenian genocide.
Oh, so you're racist.
Called Recall Flagler County School Board. Specifically, they wanted to recall Janet McDonald and Jill Woolbright. Why?
Because they're
women.
a different political affiliation. I mean, let's just switch this and say they want to recall the liberal people who are pushing the sexual agenda. All of a sudden, these are victims that are being harmed.
I think they're talking about the liberal ones. I think they're talking about the people who wanted those school board people gone.
Okay.
Well,
oh wait, no, you're right.
A little problematic here, okay? 2 of Janet McDonald's retweeted messages stated, quote, "It's easier to come out as gay than come out as a Trump supporter."
That's true.
That's 100% true in public schools.
That's 100% true in the social world right now.
Yes.
Literally, if you come out as gay, we can't even tell you that your reckless lifestyle is why you're putting your community in danger, or we're a bigot. We have to literally say, oh, I'm coming out as gay. Okay, I guess you don't do anything wrong. That's how we are as a society.
Yeah, right? If you come out, if someone comes out and says they're gay publicly and you so much as roll your eyes, they go, you fucking piece of shit, love him. And then if you go, oh, I like Donald Trump, if you don't call them a Nazi, people look at you funny.
Quote, Unbelievable. And this pandemic was a planned, politically motivated event to overthrow the government.
I don't know about planned.
I don't know. That's a little rich.
I
mean,
won't buy planned, but they did use it.
It did overthrow the sitting president because they shut down the economy and all that shit. Which, by the way, that president went along with. He's a fucking idiot for doing that. He kept Fauci. He went with all of his bullshit.
Yeah, this is why I say the election wasn't stolen. Donald Trump actively hampered...
Gave it away.
Well, no, not even gave it away. He actively hampered the American post office system, and then he told his people not to do mail-in ballot voting.
Nice burp. You fucking pig.
Sorry, I've been watching too much Phil. Anyways, so... Oh, wait. There we go. But yeah, so...
Or a long one.
Oh, that sounds like it comes out the other end.
I know.
It just sounds like a watery shit. Oh, even what comes out of his face sounds like crap. Oh, but anyways, no, I'm just saying these people are, oh God, I don't even remember what I was saying.
I know. I was going to say, I'm going to be
brain fart.
I was going to tell you, I'd be really impressed if you remembered what you were going to say.
Jesus.
She also opposed recent student walkouts over the state's notorious "Don't Say Gay" law.
Yeah.
There is no "Don't Say Gay" law. There's no law that says "Don't Say Gay."
There's no law that says don't say gay. There's a don't teach my children about sex law. There's a don't be a pedophile law. But again, I guess Young Turks, you're probably pro-pedo too.
Yeah, there's a law that says no talking about sexuality before third grade law. I mean, you're against that one?
And why would we need that? There's only places like Wisconsin that are pushing the agenda to teach kids sex in kindergarten.
Do you want to see, there's YouTube videos of people asking Cenk Uygur if he believes that Armenian genocide existed?
Yes, I do.
Cenk Uygur, Armenian genocide.
I've never hoped I become famous enough to get any of you Cenk Uygur more than realizing that he doesn't like this question.
Cenk Uygur answers tough questions about his past.
Recognizing the Armenian
genocide.
He
recognized. When did he recognize it?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Well, I mean, just over 100 years after it happened, I suppose.
Hey, you're on pace to be the new Catholic Church. Congratulations.
Here we go. Here's the clip.
Okay. The Armenian genocide happened. It existed.
Congratulations, Cenk. I mean, what in your 40s? Good job.
So we're going to name ourselves after the guys that did it.
Wouldn't it be funny if he went, the Armenian genocide happened? I mean, look, I think 1 million is a little heavy on the number. I think it's probably closer to 400.
Look, we can all agree on two things. One, the Armenian genocide happened. Two, it was not successful enough. They're still here.
I will say this. After coming back from Las Vegas, I've thought this before, but you see them more often in Las Vegas than you do in Minnesota casinos. Nobody more fun to gamble with than Armenians.
Really?
Oh, they're chatty at the table. They do get remarkably heated when they're losing, and you got to kind of back off a little bit and not talk to them. But boy, do they love the older Armenians, especially love to bullshit at the tables. The younger Armenians too, but Armenians are fucking fun to gamble with.
Did you have them blowing off your dice?
I did not. They're not into that shit.
Did you have anyone blow your dice for luck?
No.
All right.
I blew my own. People thought it
didn't know you were that flexible.
I didn't know this. You can't switch hands with the dice.
Really?
Yeah, I got yelled at for that.
Holy shit.
I got yelled at twice at the craps table. Now, when I say yelled at, I mean the dealer had to warn me. They just had to say, hey, don't do that. I took them in my left hand and I went like this. And they said, you can't do that.
Because apparently what, you're going to switch them?
I don't know. Yeah, sleight of hand magic. I'm not, or it's just one of those rules, like don't touch the cards in blackjack. Like, who gives a fuck if I touch the cards? But they're like, we don't want you fucking.
Yeah, they don't want me to touch them, but I can nut all over them. It's weird.
It's very strange. I got yelled at for switching the hands. And then I got yelled at because I turned because somebody said something. And the dice went like this with me. And they go, nope, the dice have to be in the pit.
Out of view of the dealer. They got to stay over the board.
They got to stay over the board. So I only got yelled at twice.
It's true. Okay. I don't know how I could be any clearer than that. So I know that.
Maybe by changing the name of your show. I mean, if you're like, hey, the Armenian genocide happened. And by the way, we're going to keep naming our show after the people who did it.
Some Turkish folks grew up believing in things that were taught to them, whether it was in Turkey or through other means. And I know because I lived that, right? I'm a Turkish American and I grew up believing the things that I was taught.
I'm a roast beef American. Nice to meet you.
Looking back on it, some of it is absolutely.
Cenk, no offense. You look like more of a gravy American.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You don't look like a Turkish American. You look more of like a cheesecake American.
I'm a turkey American. Really, you look like a triple cheeseburger American.
So let me guess. When you left Turkey to come to America, you moved to the Midwest. That is a Midwest body I'm seeing. There's a lot of dairy on that frame.
There is one funny bit Crowder's done, and it is his Cenk Uygur impression, where he drinks bacon grease. It actually is kind of funny.
Absolutely absurd. And there's Armenian genocide is an incredibly serious issue. I'm only saying this in the context of other things that I was taught in Turkey are now, you look back, are comical. So
I don't think it's really, I don't know if the word comical is the right word to use for denying.
We just kind of rounded up about 1 million Armenians. So let's fucking kill them. It's funny.
He's saying that the deniers of the Armenian genocide, you look back now, it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, what if you said that? What if a German person said that about the Holocaust? They're like,
6 million.
There's some people who think we didn't kill all the Jews, and it's kind of funny now. It's like, no, not funny. No.
I mean, they think we murdered all these Jews. If that's the case, why are there so many of them here?
I love Cenk Uygur. I think the reason I love the Young Turks so much is it's the same reason I love DSP.
Unaware.
No self-awareness. None whatsoever. It's so easy. It's fun to make fun of people who are really confident in what they're saying and don't realize how shitty it is.
Guys, you guys really think we thought we killed all the Jews? Have you been to a bank?
I remember that we were taught when I was in 3rd grade, but apparently we had some history between 1st and 3rd grade there. And I remember we were taught that the Turks had never lost a war other than World War I, because that one was a little hard to deny. And then later, when I read stuff about how Turks had lost many different wars, I was confused at first. Because when you get taught something when you're a kid, it is super hard to break, including religion, right?
Oh, so weird. It's kind of like groups or organizations that aim to teach young children want to get them early so that way they can lock them in. Have I seen or heard any other? You know, it's weird. I've been doing a lot of stories on my show lately about these very woke sexual identity people who want to teach sexual identity, particular gender fluidity and homosexuality to young kids in classrooms. Almost like they want to, put them into that category. Because if you get them younger, it's really hard to break.
Shit. He really did just walk into that one from the past, didn't he?
Yes!
These conspiracy theorists think that these schools are trying to teach gender shit to kids before they're ready. Yeah, that is crazy, and that's stupid. That's a conspiracy theory.
Why would they even do that?
Cenk 3 years earlier. Let me play that again.
Something when you're a kid, it is super hard to break, including religion. Because when you get taught something when you're a kid, it is super hard to break, including.
Now remember, you're gay.
Remember, you don't want that cock.
And no matter what your parents are going to tell you that you're just confused or that these feelings are temporary. And they're going to tell you that because they're the enemy and they have your worst interest in mind. Whereas I am only concerned about you.
They said you'd say that, Dad.
Including religion, right? And so, of course, Turks have lost wars. That's preposterous, right? And I remember we used to chant when I was a kid, Turkey's the biggest, there's no other country that's big. Preposterous.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's like the same as not believing that the Armenians were wiped out. I mean, it's like this.
Right? So that's the context in which I grew up. And so looking back at some of the stuff I wrote, there is an American colonel who said, for example, the Armenians returned fat and entirely unmassacred. Preposterous. When I read it at the time, I didn't have the context of being an adult like I am now. And that lasted far too long, by the way, my ignorance on the topic. And,
so you're saying once you were taught the wrong thing, once you were given a ideology or just thought to follow, you stayed there way longer than you should have.
I love how this whole thing completely undermines their school argument.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And we didn't even mean to find it.
No, we were just wanted to see Cenk admit.
It just showed itself.
We just wanted to see Cenk admit that his show is named after the people who slaughtered Armenians, and then we found him acknowledging the argument in the kids' sexuality discussion in schools.
Understand what I know now. If I had read that now, I'd go, wait a minute. Nobody returned unmassacred, let alone all the other things that he said. And to my Turkish friends who are deeply offended by all of this, and yes, and if you live in America,
I call them my Turkish delights.
you say, oh, it's their fault and they're terrible, etc. But they're taught a certain thing, and so when they're challenged on this, they say, no, well, it was a civil war, it was, and it was just massacres. Really? That's what you're gonna say? No one denies that there were massacres. There was definitely terrible massacres. No one denies that the Armenians were driven out. So your big contention is, well, technically, I don't want to call that a genocide. First of all, you're factually incorrect.
All right, well, they're still not changing the name of the show, though. So the Armenian genocide totally happened, and I'm going to keep naming my show after the people who did it. All right.
But don't worry, anyone we don't agree with is a fascist Nazi.
That's right.
I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
No self-awareness and cannot be stopped, says Citizen Vulgar. Yes, there's no stopping Cenk Uygur. He will do what he's going to do. Do you want to see the Crowder Cenk Uygur impression?
Yes, I do, now that we've heard about this.
Look, I've shit on Crowder.
If it's his only good thing.
I've shit on Crowder a lot in the past, but one thing he did that was really funny is the Cenk Uygur impression.
I still have that damn song in my head.
It's a whole lot of gang shit, and the money ain't no goddamn thing, bitch.
Got a slang and a pellet and aim it.
No, it's God damn it.
I thought he said
he's got friends that are
sling and he pulls and aims it.
That's the next one after.
Fuck.
It's a whole lot of gang shit, and this money ain't a goddamn thing, bitch. I gotta trap friends.
Oh, I got a whole lot of trap friends. Don't remember.
Yeah. But you know what? We can listen to it. All right, here's the
All right,
now,
I will say
he did get to dress as a woman for this, so it was still Crowder liking to dress as a chick. So the subtle gay vibes are still in there, but this was actually pretty funny.
This is probably why he did the whole bit. It just happened to be, good.
No white straight male needs an AK-15. Okay, and they'll say, well, what about the founding? No, okay, that's not what they meant. They didn't mean any AR-47s. Do the research, that's absolutely correct. We'll have it listed at GeoCities.
Yes, I agree with you, Cenk. So fucking much.
That's absolutely right. When you use the F word, you know it's real talk.
I said fuck.
So we have a bunch of people who wanted to make phone calls to the show.
Hey, I gotta ask, where did this Crowder go? I think he got so hopped up in like being a guy and he's gonna make the world conservative and this and that. He forgot to do shit like this.
I think he did this shit too much and he realized that people were catching on that he's secretly,
likes the dressing like
yeah,
a girl.
I'm saying you don't dress and act like that in all these bits all the time.
Or maybe Crowder is still this guy, or maybe Crowder just always sucked, but I hate the Young Turks so much that I find this funny.
I would go with that a lot more because I don't think I'm enjoying this as much as you are.
Okay.
I will say this is probably at least some of Crowder's most acceptable stuff, but I'm sitting here watching him do this and making fun of, yeah, you use the F word because that shows you're really serious.
No, he's making fun of her. She does that. She swears a lot.
No, I know. Okay. But while he's making fun of her, in the back of my head, I go, yeah, you know what else shows people you're very serious? When you wear a gun on your show every day.
That's true.
So I'm just in the back of my head.
That's what I mean, though,
him.
But that's a new thing for him. He's done that in the last couple of years. What I'm saying is there's been an evolution of Crowder that's been cringier and cringier.
I'm just saying in general, maybe it's because I've known him mostly since the cringe. I'm having a tough time liking this. I will say I haven't gone, oh God.
I think this is how I discovered him, was the Cenk Uygur stuff.
Because we wanted to have a discussion. So let's have the first caller.
Hi, Cenk. Paul Joseph Watson here, first-time caller. I'd really like to get your clarification on the Armenian genocide, specifically if you accept the historical fact that it happened.
Okay, all right, I understand, because that's bullshit! Get the f*** off the phone!
I want to see some of those clips.
You're racist! Get the f*** out! Get the f*** out!
I don't know why you're yelling. It's a simple...
Get the f*** out! Get off the phone!
Get the f*** off the stage, you blue-eyed limey f***! Shut up, bitch!
Whoa. Okay, we're trying to have a reasonable discussion! Fuck you!
Hi, Cenk. I'm not sure if you remember me. I was on your show a while back.
You asked to borrow my dress to wear it for the skit.
you asked for my underwear and a dress, and it was really kind of weird.
You asked me, demanded that I make you a ham sandwich, and I was just kind of wondering if you still wanted that sandwich. I could probably put it in the mail for you.
What? Okay, Karen. Everybody knows I said that as a joke. Okay, and you didn't fucking make me a ham sandwich. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
This isn't as funny as I remember it.
Get the fuck
Again, after the parts that I've watched with Young...
Anti-woman, poor sandwich making fuck.
Get off!
I'm a feminist. I'm the real feminist, bitch.
Okay,
Bitch!
no, listen. If you want to have a reasonable discussion, okay, but now they're gonna come on and talk about.
This isn't as funny
ham
as I
sandwich.
remember it being.
I guess that answers my question. So no, right?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go to the next call.
Hey, Cenk, as someone you've previously misquoted and borderline slandered on your show, I'm wondering if you can speak to the research and fact-checking behind your show.
Okay, listen, I understand.
You know what? I'm sorry. I feel the tightness in the shoulders of this not being good. I remember that being a lot funny. I think you're right. I think it's my hatred of the Young Turks that made me think this was funny.
Yeah, because again, like I don't watch enough Young Turks, but I mean, like his Cenk Uygur impersonation, okay, and the girl, yeah, you got the swear word part stuff, but it just.
And also, there were 3 minutes left in it. Al says this is like an SNL sketch, unfunny and too long. I agree. I can't believe that I used to think that was funny. Bumbaclo says when he ambushed Cenk, it was funnier. This kind of sucks. Did he ambush Cenk Uygur? I don't recall this. Crowder, Cenk.
Oh, we have Cenk Uygur impersonation.
Gets heated and calls Joe Rogan a right winger. All right, fair enough. The moment when Cold Feet Crowder finally met Sam Cedar. Oh yeah, Crowder dressed up as Cenk and went up while Cenk was doing a panel. I remember watching this, so this was 5 years ago. I actually remember watching this and thinking this was kind of cringe on Crowder's part.
All right, well, let's see.
Let's see.
All right,
that was not me.
We asked them when we switch over from TV to online.
To an eighth of a room full of people. Oh boy.
Can you guys?
Is that South by Southwest?
And our audience gave us $425,000 to build it. What's this bullshit? What's going on here? I thought we were having a reasonable discussion. That's not the real Cenk. That's bullshit. I'm the real Cenk over here. This is supposed to happen. The JW Marriott. Okay, this is Stephen.
Yeah, I'm seeing this being cringe.
Yeah, I remember even 5 years ago, I was like, this is kind of lame. I mean, it's ballsy to go do the impression of the guy to his face. I can appreciate that.
And in front of people who came to see him talk
and
about
in front
whatever.
of people, like you're walking into the Lion's Den. I mean, I can respect and appreciate that part. And you know what? To be honest, that's kind of Crowder in a nutshell. I appreciate the effort and the idea he had. And this isn't even to shit on Crowder. He's just not the guy to pull it off. He's got the ideas. He's got the concept. He wants to do this thing.
He's got the balls, but he doesn't have the talent.
It's like the idea is bigger than his ability. You know, Crowder in terms of comedy has eyes bigger than his stomach.
Man's reach exceeds his grasp.
Thank you. Yes. Crowder wants to do these amazing things. Like, I think, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm going to say this about fucking Steven Crowder. If he were a writer, if he were part of a team of writers and they could reject the shitty, cringe Tombstone parodies and shit like that and just keep stuff like this, and you had a really good performer do it, he might be good. He's just not the guy to actually do it.
So if Crowder will just hire Corey and write for him.
Yes. Yeah, Corey could do
Corey could pull this shit off.
Corey could do a Cenk Uygur live. Like, that's the kind of shit Corey's good at.
Yeah.
You think your man genocide happened? It's bullshit.
You know this is a small event when they can't have security.
Okay. This is not a friend of mine. What he does, okay? This is what he does. He's doing an impression, and then you know that's bullshit. Okay, right? He basically what he does, makes money. Is he makes money by he lies, right? Like he's he rock my dick. So I do this homophobic stuff too, right? And I go, and then I feel like you're a homophobe, but really, you know, I guess you. So security should remove him because his whole living. But by the way,
Okay. The only good that is going to come of this is you watch Cenk trying
Uyghur
to keep
dig himself in.
He's trying to keep it together. He's going to blow up. This is the funny thing about Cenk. It's that lack of self-awareness thing. It's always keep it calm, Cenk, keep it calm. And then there's a release where he just goes, fuck it, you piece of shit, get out of here.
Making the strength of live streams. He makes a living by trying to copy me.
See the blood pressure starting to go up.
He's getting a little more animated.
Yep.
Where's this security he called for?
And I know Crowder was saying an eighth of a room full of people. At a big event like South by Southwest, that's not a bad turnout.
No.
That's not terrible. I mean, it's respectable.
Like, right, listen, like there was a time, live stream was getting divided. It's like cable, right? It's like there's lower numbers and, okay.
Hey, maybe you should try to get your own show or your own panel?
I know, right? Like this guy is right in my dick! It's bullshit! It's bullshit goes around my dick! We're trying to have a reasonable discussion.
That's kind of embarrassing. I mean, yeah, of course, first of all, even if this was good, they would boo him because he's...
Right. You're attacking the guy they came to talk to, as we said.
But also, this is cringe. Like, this is not
It's not funny.
The idea is good.
The problem is you have like one joke, you have like one kind of impersonation bit where you just rub your belly, but this is bullshit. Look, if you want to have a serious discussion. And like, yeah, that's a funny mockery thing. But if that is the only line you have, you do not have enough to dine off of.
You know
this
what
long.
it is? It's like if you had a Rodney Dangerfield impression and all you ever said was, I get no respect.
Oh, I get no respect.
And that's all you said.
But the thing is, there's so many other ones like, hey, we're all going to get laid. Like, there's a lot of other things you could do.
You scratched my anchor. Looks good on you, though. So what? So let's dance.
Like it happened, or there's like proof.
Went to my proctologist the other day. He stuck his finger in my mouth.
Okay. Let's get out of here. That's cool. Listen, you'll get your turn. Okay, don't stop proud of my action. I'm just saying, this guy came in, right? Okay. He's a real tank. This bullshit.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bullshit. And you look with the belly rubbing thing, you keep looking like you're going to grab for your dick.
So does Cenk ever flap?
Alex Jones invaded our set kind of like this.
It's real talk. This is like we're uncensored.
Okay.
He never even gets Cenk to yell at him. Dude, you can't even get Cenk to have a meltdown? This is fucking terrible.
Yeah, this is just a waste of all of our time.
Yeah, I'm fast forwarding.
You want to talk about like the Genocide?
Up.
Get out. I'll come with you. I'll go with you. But I'm just saying, you guys gotta do like better background checks. But by the way, guys, you shouldn't tolerate like the fucking hate speech.
Wow, Cenk was not even bothered by that at all.
Because his audience started ripping on him, and he just kind of sat back and went, yeah, these people don't like you.
Yeah.
And he didn't feel threatened at all at that point.
Al says, I think Unique explains it best. Yes, he does. 3 hours later, security shows up. Yeah, Adam says, this is awful. It's making Cenk likable. Right, like Cenk's just sitting there like, are you done yet? Are you finished? Like, is that...
And again, what was your aim of doing this? Nobody in that... You swayed literally no one in that room. You made no cogent points, and it didn't age well.
And your impression was shit. You just said the same thing over and over.
You had one thing. You had the hook line that most people have to like get into an impersonation, but that's like to wade in and start. You didn't ever follow it up.
Curly Adams says, let's just use this as a learning experience. Nothing Crowder does is funny, period. Yeah, I haven't found one fun. Even the thing I said, hey, like 6 years ago when I saw this, I thought this was funny. I watch it now. I'm like, this is shit. This is really bad. Again, what's the theme with Crowder? Funny idea, wrong guy to execute it.
Just doesn't pull it off.
Yeah, but even Bumbaclo says it was a funny idea, not a good impression, though. Like, even when the Red Bar fans who have come to listen to us, like, Red Bar fans are really prickish and don't like anything. Mm-hmm. And they, like, even stuff that's good, they feel like they have to hate it. So even when a guy like Bumbaclo can admit that it was a funny idea, you know you had something, but you fucked it up so bad. See, now, here's a great way to get Cenk Uyghur. This is how you get Cenk Uyghur fired up.
All right, we're back on the Young Turks. Obviously, a little bit of commotion here.
Oh, I did. No, we got to go before this.
Nope, that's what really happened. I don't want to hear from Cenk.
Yeah, I hate it.
I want to see the fucking interaction where
I want to see the actual.
Because he just came in their room and just started.
What did you actually?
Here we go. We'll get to the actual clip.
Oh, this
there
is from
we
Review
go.
Tech USA. Our buddy Rich.
Our buddy Rich at Review Tech. Here we go.
in such overwhelming numbers
Crowder, here's how you do it.
that it overcomes every other demographic advantage Hillary has.
Come sit in your lap.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Alex Jones, how you doing?
See you, man. You're looking sexy.
All right.
Hey man, how you doing? You're looking sexy.
All right, you know already he's doing better than Crowder because literally Cenk just kind of had a "oh fuck me" look on his face as soon as he saw the guy come in. See, like fucking Crowder shows up doing the impersonation and he went, it's this fucking guy. But when fucking Jones walks in, starts talking, she's just like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this guy.
You know what's funny about Crowder is, and this is the difference between Crowder and Alex Jones. Crowder actively begs for that reaction and can't get it. Alex Jones
doesn't give a shit and it just shows up.
Effortlessly receives it. Alex goes, hey, how you doing, buddy? You're looking sexy. Crowder has to come in, hey, discussion, hey, I'm here, rubbing my belly. Crowder reminds me of a kid who had siblings that he had to fight for attention for, so he had to always try and be loud and over the top and not necessarily say anything. Alex is just that guy who comes strolling in like, yeah, it's my show now. How you doing, buddy? Looking sexy. I like your cock. Nice dick.
Other demographic advantage Hillary has.
Come sit in your lap.
I'm gonna come sit in your lap.
I'm going to come sit in your lap. You're looking sexy.
Hey, Alex
look,
Jones, how you
Good to
doing?
see you, man. You're looking sexy.
All right.
Hey, how's the revolution going? You guys starting the revolution?
We are indeed, Alex. The revolution is afoot. Welcome to the Young Turks.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay.
You like all our Hillary for prison shirts everywhere?
He's just a fucking asshole.
And he's just throwing it at his face.
And he has never enjoyed himself more.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you can tell right that this is one of the moments where he's like, I love what I do.
Yeah, goddamn greatest job in the world. This guy looks nervous as shit.
Because he knows he's going to fuck it up.
Now, remember Cenk was holding back the rage when Crowder was doing his thing?
Yeah, but he didn't ever let it go.
And then what happened was he realized Crowder's fucking terrible at this, so he stayed calm.
Yeah, his audience started biting on Crowder, and he just kind of went, I don't kind of even do anything.
He knows Alex is good at this, so he's like focusing, like, fucking, I'm going to keep it together. I'm going to keep it together.
Because, it's only your show, Cenk, that he's ruining.
Yes.
No, I kind of despise it.
What shirts are they?
Look at this. I got a new shirt for you right here. It's rape.
I love it. They tried to get, really? What shirts are they? And then someone throws them, these shirts right here. Thanks for bringing that segue in.
Yeah,
it says rape.
It's a Bill Clinton shirt. It says rape on it. There it is.
But we got it in the Obama color scheme, so it really looks like we got, new hope for rape.
Yeah, by the way, Jimmy Dore is yelling at Alex Jones off camera. I like Jimmy Dore. He ended up leaving the Young Turks because they were full of shit and they were shills. Now Jimmy Dore just goes on and screams about everybody. Like, he hates everyone.
Bill Clinton says rape. Oh, God, hide that immediately.
Oh, he's not doing so well. Cenk's not holding it together.
Okay, you know what? Who does this kind of shirt? First of all, a sick guy. Second of all,
Bill Clinton's not a rapist, folks.
No, you know who's accused in court papers. You know who's accused in court papers of being a rapist? Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump, Roger Stone. You know that. It's in court papers. Oh yeah, and you're a sick dude, Roger Stone.
Hey, I want to have a rant off with you right now.
I want to have a rant off with you right now. Come on, get going.
And he's so excited.
I know. Alex is so happy.
He looks like a kid at Christmas. Even if you don't like Alex, it's almost an infectious kind of joy.
Yes. He's like, yeah, that's right. Go get him. Yeah,
all right.
Fuck that guy.
You're fired up, so am I. Let's do this.
Alex brought Roger Stone there. And
just to piss him off.
Just to piss off Cenk. And now Cenk's lost it.
Because he saw Roger Stone.
He couldn't keep it together. So Alex goes, his friend that he brought there, Alex is still against Cenk going, yeah, fuck this guy. Get him. He's a piece of shit, isn't he? Tell Roger Stone he's a stupid cuck. Tell him.
Because he doesn't care if someone talks bad to him. He's ready to dance. Unlike fucking Crowder, who literally showed up with one line and nothing else.
Yes.
And you're a sick dude, Roger Stone.
Hey, I want to have a rant off with you right now.
You're a sick man, Roger Stone.
Roger,
no, you're the world's biggest liar. Didn't you admit that you lied about Elliot Spitzer? Didn't you already admit that?
You're not afraid of him, are you?
Fuck, I'm starting to like Alex.
It's one of my favorite clips of all time. I know it's
You're not afraid of him, are you?
You know how the Crowder ones, I was like, these age horribly and they're not funny. This gets better. This just gets better with time.
Because I don't like either of these guys, so now I'm enjoying this way too much.
This was 6 years ago. This was the same amount of time that the Crowder actually copied this Alex Jones thing with the Cenk Uygur impression. He saw it work so well for Alex that he tried to do it.
That makes me like him even less now.
Yeah.
Because his original idea wasn't really that original. It was like the impression was okay, and that went over well. And you're like, you know what I'll do? I'll steal Alex Jones' thing.
Yeah, the idea Crowder had was really funny. It was really good. The execution sucked. But yeah, I guess now that you mention it, wasn't really his idea.
Yeah. At least seeing Cenk live.
Get a minute. First of all, Alex, this ain't our fucking show. I don't know. And Roger, it surely ain't your fucking show. Are you afraid to debate him? You're a hatchet man. I don't know why anyone in the media takes you seriously. All you do is lie. You're known as the biggest liar in media. You're the biggest liar in media.
Alex gave him bunny ears.
Nobody watches your show, dude. Guys, can you get on my don't get too mad. We gotta have a... All right, well, first of all...
You want fucking attention.
Oh, here we go. And this is where Anna Kasparian comes in and just decides to be really professional.
Fucking attention. Get off the stage, you fat fuck. Get off. Yeah, you do. I'll touch my camera.
Ah, the vapid cunt knows about people who want attention.
Hey, first of all, let me explain something, all right? Okay, this is bullshit. Hold on. We're guests out here, Andrew, you dumbass! We talk about that all the time! Oh, really? We talk about that all the time! You don't know shit! What, do you think the lizard people are in charge? No,
okay, so this is what his impersonation's based off.
Is that what you think? You're the anti-liberal and you're pissed. Bullshit! We're being nice here.
We're being nice here.
I mean... He's not wrong. They did come in and be very friendly.
Yeah, he patted him on the back, told him he was sexy, said he wanted to
encouraged him to fuck up his friend.
Yeah.
How many times do you see that?
You're not afraid of him.
Go get him. You're not afraid of him. You're not afraid to bait him right now.
Have a rant off with him. You're not afraid of that piece of shit, Roger Stone. Fuck you, Roger Stone. I'm on Cenk's side.
I care about the American people. Good. You're the one putting the house.
Now, the first thing
okay, and
I want to have a rant off with you right now.
Not you, Rich. Rich, I don't want you. I like you, Rich, but get the fuck out of here. I just wanted to see that clip. All right, so we went down memory lane with the Young Turks, and we found one good clip.
One good clip.
And it was Alex Jones. For those of you who have never seen that before, it's not going to be the last time that you see that.
No.
Bumba Close says, hey, stop fat shaming. I remember when Anna Kasparian yelled at him like that, and then like all the people who didn't like the Young Turks were making their videos going, oh, look at that, Miss Ant. And they played all the clips of her being against fat shaming and then spliced them in with her going, you fat fuck. The progressive mocking his weight, right? Alex would maul Cenk. Yeah, Alex would tear through him. Lemmy says he gave him a goddamn t-shirt, for God's sake. He came bearing gifts. Exactly. Alex came in there, called him sexy, said he wanted to sit in his lap, everything else. Gave him a t-shirt. And then fucking he gets yelled at. I mean, just some people can't accept kindness, I suppose. But again, like DSP, like Crowder, like all the others, I don't want anybody getting rid of the Young Turks. I don't want the Young Turks going anywhere. What would I do without them?